Hello everyone, it's me Jimboy Bautista. For this video, I will discuss the three branches of Philippines government. So without further ado, let's jump to the video. The Philippines is a republic with a presidential form of government, wherein power equally divided into three branches: executive, legislative, and judicial. First, I will discuss executive. What is executive? The executive power is composed of president and vice president, who are elected by direct popular vote, and they will serve our country every 6 years. The Constitution grants the President authority to appoint his cabinet. These departments form a large portion of the country's bureaucracy. We have 16 presidents in the Philippines, but I will only give 5 examples. Former President Fidel V. Ramos, former President Joseph Estrada, former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, former President Benigno Aquino III, and our present President Rodrigo Roa Duterte. We have 14 Vice Presidents in the Philippines, but I will only give 5 examples. Former Vice President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, former Vice President Justicio Guenguna Jr., former Vice President Noli Di Castro, former Vice President Jujumar Binay, and present Vice President Leni Robredo. We have a lot of cabinet secretaries, but I will only give 5 examples. Executive Secretary, Secretary of Agriculture, Secretary of Business and Management, Secretary of Education, and Secretary of Energy. What is legislative? Legislative power is vested in both the government and the two-chamber Congress. What is the two types of chamber Congress? The Senate, the upper chamber, the House of Representatives, the lower chamber. The example of upper chamber is the President of Senate, Tito Sotto. The example of lower chamber is parallel voting, party list, proportional representation, and first past the post. What is judicial? The judicial power is vested in Supreme Court of the Philippines and lower courts established by law. The example of higher court is Supreme Court, and the example of lower court is Court of Appeal and Sandigan Bayan.